So now, those are the messages that we're talking about. But why are some people not remembering their dreams, or why are you not dreaming? Firstly, spiritually, let me start by saying lack of acknowledgement. This is why I always encourage. I think I've done a stream. It's either a video here on TikTok or in my YouTube channel somewhere. I'm just failing to remember. Where I say encourage. I was answering someone. Yes, it's on TikTok. Encourage your kids to talk about their dreams. I remember when I was growing up, my grandmother every morning and my grandfather, when we wake up, tomorrow, le robetse jwang, le boneng, le lorile, ulorileng. So that was our daily greetings in the morning. Good morning, how are you? What did you see? Who visited you last night? So it was normal, it was encouraged for us to talk about our dreams. And you would be questioned. But only now sitting here do I understand that they were grooming the gift in me. They were grooming me to be the person that I am today, to understand that you cannot just have a dream, even if it's an ant walking up your feet. There is a message in that. And we need to appreciate that message. So let's learn to acknowledge and also to encourage the talking about dreams in our spaces. Let's encourage our young ones from a very early age, because now spirit is taking over in such an amazing way that even a 2-year-old is able to come from their sleep and they had a beautiful dream. Mama, we were working with her. It was so beautiful where we were working. When are we going again? Take note of such conversations. Don't dismiss them and say, "Hi, wena, kukwaing." When Mkhono ana aliten visiting your child, we were working with this grandmother last night. Acknowledge that and encourage and ask them, where were we going? How was she? Did she say she's okay? Make them understand that it is normal, because when you block them, then they will not acknowledge and they will not talk about their dreams. That is the first thing that will make our dreams or ancestors to move away from communicating with us. When we don't acknowledge, every day those who walk this journey with me, I tell them, light a candle, thank them for the light, thank them for the message, and tell them you want to hear more. Say thank you, Bonkgono le Bontatemoholo, for this message. May I please hear more tomorrow. The second thing is our oversharing. Who do you tell your dreams to? If there was one thing I learned early in my journey, and coming from an apostolic church also, where dreams were seen as messages and dreams were seen as a way of your healing and sacred, not a secret, but a sacred thing, something that needs to be respected and held in sacredness. I learned that I do not go around telling my dreams to each and every person, because once you start telling your dreams to each and every Tom and Jerry, you might be telling it to the wrong people. That is why we say, when you have a plan, but don't talk about your plans to each and every person. When you look at advertising companies, when they're about to market or they are going to pitch, that's the language that is used in marketing. When they're going to pitch to a client, they are all pitching to the same client, but there is a confidentiality clause that you need to sign to say you're not gonna talk about this dream that we are having about this campaign. When you enter into a company, there's a confidentiality clause that you need to sign, because you are not going to share the dream of the company with anybody else outside of this company. So why are you sharing the dream that your entourage has for you with the rest of the other companies, people who work with their own entourage? And that is why when I tell people that Sekhanto is very important in terms of spiritual relationships, when you take the consultation fee out, ibizwa Sekhanto, because you are lighting the way between my ancestors and your ancestors. Khomo ya badimo. That cow that lobolas to say, yes, we are coming and we are giving authority for you to work with our child spiritually. Hence, when you tell me your dream, I'll then be able to dissect it in a deeper level. Unlike here, when I just say this is what it might mean. But when you walk with me and you give me permission and you allow my ancestors to walk with yours, they sit around a table and they discuss to say, okay, we are in the boardroom. This is what you've said to your child. What? Do you want us to tell her this? No. That's not what we meant. Okay, this is what we meant. And then I'm used as a channel. But there's that agreement. Hence, we will be able to dig deeper into what your dream means. Be careful who you tell your dreams to, because the minute you overshare your dreams and you tell it to everybody, they're going to take it away. They will hold it back for you to say, this person is not ready for this message. They don't understand what we are saying to them. When you see WhatsApp out there and being so used and big, it's because whoever had this idea. When you have a child, it's a new beginning. That's why we are told. That is why even in African spirituality or even in African tradition, you were always told that your child should be in the house for 3 months. After 3 months, there's a ceremony that is being done. That is your new beginning. That is your dream. You need to take care of it. You need to hide it for a while until you know now, hey, puana ya ngwana itile. Now when I know that this dream really is in a space where it can survive the harshness of this world, then I can be able to say, yes, this is my dream. And yes, this is where my dream is going. So be careful who you share your dream with, who you share your dreams with, because once you start oversharing, once you tell each and every person about your dreams, then that's where you will say, and I used to dream. I would dream and it will happen the way. Be careful. Be careful, because some of the dreams are not for every ear. Some of the dreams are not even for me as your spiritual guider, and you will feel them if you are communicating. That's the other thing. If you're not communicating with your people, if you're not communicating with your ancestors, if you're not communicating to your spirit guides, whether it is in prayer or it is in ukpatha, that's why some people say when I pray, I have these messages that I dream about. Things become clear, because praying is still talking to divinity, to source, the one who at the end of the day is bringing these messages into our space. Any type of ritual that you do to communicate with anything outside of yourself, anything that is making you connect in a communication type of a level with spirit, for me, I say do it if it resonates with you. Some people ask, but how do I patla? There's no right or wrong, because spirituality is not a religion. It's not the right way or the sinful way. Spirituality is your own experience with divinity, with source. If you cannot talk and you are someone who needs to write, then patla in your journal. Jot it down, write it down. It's all about communication. Remember, now we can communicate with SMSs. Remember, now we can communicate through telephone calls. Remember, now we can communicate face to face. There's so many ways when it comes to communication channels. Remember, we communicate through emotion. We communicate even non-verbal communication, where I look at you in that meeting and hey, Choma, I can hear, but I can't understand. In the classroom, communication, there are many, you go and you learn how we communicate in the physical. Non-verbal, that means not talking. Lighting your candle, that is communication, to say, I am here. When you light a candle, I always say, you are making a location drop pin to say, allocate me, I am here, I need your attention. And communication, remembering that it is a two-way street. So when you are always communicating and you are not allowing your entourage to communicate back to you, then we have a problem. So even in communication, in order for you to open your channel of dreams, be aware to say, this is my desires, this is what I come with you with, this is my problems. I hope you will come back and you will communicate with me using a channel that I will understand. And there's so many channels beside dreams. Sometimes you have prayed about something, you go and you watch Generations. There's a scene on Generations that speaks directly to you. So they will not always, sometimes you're in a conversation with someone and this person sort of like talks about something that you've been praying about. You go back and you say, thank you, I've heard you, acknowledge. but keep the communication channels open. If you don't communicate, if you don't light your candle and you bring light between you and the spirit world, then how are you going to get communication back from them? We are always saying that if there's a song that is even sung, Jesus is saying, I'm at the door of your heart. Guys, let's bring it back to us as Africans. Let's take whatever that we've been taught and actually change the narration to take it back to the original source. They are here forever and always. That's why even when I started, I said we do not invite them into our space, but we enter into their presence when we light a candle, because they are forever there. They're just waiting for us to align. Hence, in my practice, I talk about aligning you with your ancestors. I do not connect you. You are forever connected. You are forever connected. That is why when you go to church, they will tell you, Unama demon, we need to take them out. Because they are forever connected. So where are you going to take your ancestors? Their blood is running through you. Their genes is running through you. So mine is to help you align. That is what I've been called to do, to help you align. To help you align. So you need to sort of like align with yourself and align with your ancestors. Understand the higher being is within you. And you need to just align. You are forever connected, and alignment takes communication. Communication is a two-way street. So firstly, acknowledge your dreams. Secondly, be careful who you share your dreams with. Thirdly, communicate. And those are some of the spiritual things that come into our spaces to say this is what we need to do spiritually. But then we also need to understand we are a spiritual being having a physical experience. Some of the things that we do physically can affect our spiritual well-being. So now I will try to also include the physical things that might keep happening to us that will hinder us from remembering our dreams. First thing, do you have a routine? And when I talk about routine, it is because we are such we are such organized beings. At work, you have a routine. Even in the morning when you wake up, you go to work. You know you have to wake up and bath. At 4 o'clock, I'm waking up. At 4:30, I need to already be eating breakfast. If I need to beat traffic by 5 o'clock, I should be out of the house. That is your routine, and your body automatically, even when you are sleeping, even if it is a holiday and you're not going to work on a Monday, but because it's a Monday, you are going to wake up and say, but I came so can I sleep? Because the body is there, the body is there, the body is there, the body is used to it. So do you have a routine? Do you have a morning routine where you say, before I get out of bed, I just need to say, thank you, I'm alive. I need to acknowledge the breath. I need to be happy that I got that shaking to say, yay, wake up, because we are not woken up by our alarms. They will tell you that, ask any dead person. Their alarm is still on for 5 o'clock, and even on their phone, after they have passed, the alarm will still go in that, inele alarm ya high. So you're not woken up by the alarm, but you need to be thankful that spirit came back and it says, yes, I'm still dwelling in this body. This body is still good enough to carry me in this time. Have a routine where you say, before I sleep, I actually 15 minutes, it doesn't even need to be long, 10 minutes routine where you are saying, before I go to bed, before I switch off my light, I at least need to have 15 minutes without looking at the screen of my phone. I need to switch off the TV, go brush my teeth. And the 15 minutes, it doesn't really need to be a 15 minutes where you are so conscious that it's a 15 minutes. The fact that when I stand up and I go and brush my teeth, when I'm done brushing my teeth, I do not look at my phone again. You brush your teeth, you go to the bathroom, you empty your bladder. Some people have their bowel action at night. You have your bowel action, you come into your bedroom, you say your good night prayer, and then you sleep. You don't look at your phone. You have just disconnected from the world in that way and connected to your spiritual being in that way. And you say, as I sleep, as the physical body rests, spirit, I know you will be, alive. Allow me to fall asleep and allow me to remember the messages as I wake up. Even when you wake up in the morning, before you lift your head from the pillow, to say, when I lift my head up, please allow me to remember all the messages that you have brought to my space as my body was resting. So that spirit can be acknowledged in that moment. Acknowledgement is important, guys. So have those little prayers, have those little routines where you actually know that this is how I will connect with my spirit guides last thing at night and first thing in the morning. We don't have to dream every day. And like I say, they don't always talk through dreams. Sometimes when you wake up, you just feel like, I'm overwhelmed with emotion. And you need to acknowledge that maybe they are preparing you that it's going to be a hectic day at work. So you know that, yes, I am here. And this day I'm going to get through it. And you say, please be with me, encourage me in this day. And then the other thing is also the sleep patterns. When we are young, or when you have a child in the house, you would say this child has to sleep at 8 o'clock. If they don't sleep at 8, they are going to be hyper. They are going to do this. Or before the child sleeps, this is what needs to happen. I need to bath them. This is going to help them sleep better. What and what. What about you? What happened to that? Where did you lose it? To say, today I'm sleeping at 9, tomorrow I'm sleeping at 10 o'clock. Yes, sometimes you have a lot to do, but more or less at least have a routine of what's happening in my night. Have a routine to say, okay, at least by 11 o'clock I need to be asleep. And your body gets used to it. I think it was on Friday, and was it Friday last week? I tried to sort of like sleep early, 9, whatever. I couldn't, because now I'm so used to having that 11 o'clock time for me to sleep. That is my time, because when I'm done with the life, I now need to do my night routine. And then I'm able to go to bed and I sleep. And you know that this is how I wake up in the morning. I wake up at 5. Even if you're not working, wake up at 5. Do your bed. Allow your body to be used to those kind of things. Hence, even when people tell you about the 3 a.m. prayer, it's because that is an appointment that they have made to say, I'll be here at 3, you be here at 3. So let's have those routines in our lives. And the most important thing, again, guys, that we also need to remember is the places where we go to. Hence, we would always talk about the night baths. When you sleep, have your night shower. Even if it's not a night, like just have your ribita basa, just wipe yourself with water to say, I've been at this place. I've been at that place. I've carried so much energy. You come from work. Some of us work in hospitals, and you come from people who are sick. At the moment, we are facing a pandemic, COVID-19. There's such an overwhelm of emotion. Every day, every single hour in a hospital, somebody is losing a life. And you come, you're tired, and you just go chip straight into bed. I remember there was, we call it scrub lap, but there was a cloth that would stay by the tap. And when you come from playing, because you are dirty, you've been playing in the soil, umuputswa. Before kenakatlu, you open that tap, you take the cloth, it's wet, and you wipe yourself clean, and you rush into the toilet or wherever where the toiletries are staying. You take Vaseline, you apply it to yourself, because you're told you're not going to eat dirty. You take off the dirty clothes, put them in the bucket, you wear your pajamas, and you're ready. You're not going to go out anymore. Those were the little things that we were taught growing up. To say you clean yourself before you sleep, because you've been everywhere. Let's remember that water is a purifier, water is a cleanser. So maybe having those things of just washing your face before you sleep. Washing your face and saying, I am getting rid of all the energies that do not serve me. I am getting rid of all the energies that I've picked up that don't serve my space as I go and I rest. Have that so that you get, because we carry energy, we are energetic, we are the energy fields, we are energetic as people, we talk about vibrations, because like I'm saying, we are a spiritual being having a physical experience. So learn, even if, like I say, while you brush your teeth, just rinse your face with water and say, I have cleansed myself of the energies that do not serve me. Sometimes we have nightmares because we are fighting demons that are for other people, not even for us. And you have that one nightmare and it's gone and it doesn't come back because you carried something that does not belong to you, and now you are fighting a battle that is not even yours. So try to sort of like have that thing of, I've been to so many places during the day. I've been at the shops, I touched the bread, I let it go, some energies transferred to me. We are spiritual beings. We are magnetic fields. Always, they say opposites attract. So once you get into a space of spiritual awakening, you will always attract souls that need saving, souls that needs to be healed. The one thing that we all know, but it is so difficult for us to fix: diet. What are you eating? And I'm not saying to you now start eating the, what do you call this, the salads, green salads. I don't eat meat. No. But how are you eating what you're eating? In the olden days, when our grandparents ate, they did not eat to be full, but they ate to understand that food was medicine. Hence, you would never hear of blood clots, embolies, and DVTs. Because when they ate the spinach and they understood it's iron, but also an anticoagulant, that is why you would tell a person on warfarin who's got emboli to say, do not eat a lot of green food or vegetables, because your blood will thin. Like, guys, we used to, our grandparents understood physiology, biology, and the body so much. The science that we are reading in the books now is not from somebody else outside of who we are, but it's something that was lived by our grandparents long before the books came. So do not eat to be full. Do not eat because kelakatsa KFC. Yes, it's fine to buy KFC now and then. I'm not saying cut it off. That's what I'm not saying to you cut it off, but be intentional most of the time when you are eating. Eat food that are going to not only fit the body as the physique. And when I say the body, I'm talking about the taste buds in your mouth. Don't eat because food tastes well. When you look at people who train, they will not be saying, I'm eating, I am taking in protein, I am taking in fiber, I am taking in carbohydrates. They know what they're feeding to their body. And the other thing that is also very interesting, and this I started also picking up as a nurse in my profession, when I paid attention to my spiritual being and how spirit works. A lot of people come into a space of being ill. You've got diabetes, you've got hypertension, all those, chronic diseases. And the first thing that you were told when you come to the clinic, the first line of treatment that you are told when you come to a clinic, and we see on your first visit that your blood pressure is high, that's why you are having this headaches that you are having, because your blood pressure is high. We would then tell you, let's go do diet. Let's do diet modification. That's what we would call it in medicine. To say, let's do diet modification before we even give you medicine. Stop eating a lot of salt. Start eating smaller portions regularly. If you are diabetic, remove fat from your diet. Do this. And then those kind of people, once they start doing those dietary modifications, you find them most going into the spiritual route and being told, kahle kahle unomoya. Hey, now I've started dreaming. My dreams are clear. What and what? Diet. Now you are starting to get in connection, because most of the people before they actually start their spiritual journey, we get sick. I, for one, had a lot of problems with my head. I remember when I was in my second year in nursing, I did my casualty hours. And I just got dizzy at the nurse's station, and I nearly fell. I was catched by a doctor, and they did my blood pressure. My blood pressure was above 200 for a 45 kg. I was a 45 at that stage. Small. 45, but my blood pressure was like somebody who is above 120 kg. And they couldn't understand what was happening. And I needed to do some dietary modifications. And as I started eating certain things and moving away from certain things, that's when my journey, Yobungoma, started, because things started to clear up. Then I did not understand that the physical body was now showing me that the spirit was not in alignment. The spirit was not, yes, like I say, my journey started long, but each and every stage has its own way of coming and showing you that, okay, now at this level you're good, you need to move on to the next level. Because at home I would be told 6 o'clock you need to have eaten rehlatswa dijana. You know, we would go to listen to FM around, I think, yeah, Pali, it was 6:45. By that time everybody should be sitting around the radio to listen to the story on the radio. So by 6 o'clock we have eaten more. So my grandfather was a chef, so he understood the importance of eating 2 hours max before you sleep. Be careful what is the last meal that you have and when do you have that last meal. They say eat breakfast like a king or a queen. Eat your lunch like a prince or a princess, but eat your supper like a poor person, because digestion, metabolism takes time. And if your body is still going through digestion when you're sleeping, then you're disturbing the spiritual realm to function. So diet is important. Be careful of what you eat and when you eat it. Allow yourself to have those moments when you are fasting, because sometimes when we serve the physical body too much, we neglect the spiritual being. Have those moments when you are actually not eat. And when I'm saying fasting, please do not go fasting for 40 days because you are trying to prove a point, guys. Fasting can be for a few hours where you are saying, for this 6 hours, I am not going to have solid food, but I'm just going to drink water. And I'm going to allow the spirit to be enthusiastic, because this is what we learn even in physiology, that the body stores, because it knows that starvation might come. It stores some of the food in our cells. Okay, I don't want to get too medical about it, but even the liver, it stores glucogen. And when you are not, functioning, then the glucagon is going to turn into that. The fat is going to turn and you're going to have the energy and you're still going to sustain yourself. The body can sustain itself for a long time because it knows it stores. So when you're eating and you're not eating good food, what are you storing? What are you storing in your system? Be careful of what you eat. And understand that when you eat at night, at least let it be 2 hours before you sleep, so that digestion, the physical activities, by the time you go to bed, they are no longer there. The body is no longer at a stage where it's still trying to metabolize everything and it's still working hard. That's why we talk about insomnia. You're trying to put the body to rest, but the body still feels like, I need to work. Even when you talk about our processed sugars, be careful. That's why don't give them sweets after 5. They won't sleep. Why are we not going back to that child state? Hence, when you are coming into spiritual awakening, you will always have dreams about a child that needs to be taken care of. Because in spirit, you need to remember what you do. When you have a child, you're not going to give your child a 6 months child and give them a bone or like a piece of drumstick. No, you're going to try to soften their food. You're also going to be very careful. You look at your purities, you look at whatever they've got, flavors, fruits, veggies, those healthy type of things. What about you? What are you doing to your spiritual child? How are you taking care of them? And like I'm saying, I'm not saying do not eat ice cream, but don't make ice cream your last meal of the day. I'm not saying do not eat KFC, but don't make KFC your daily food. I'm not saying to you do not sleep at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Life happens. Sometimes you are studying, you have to cross night, you have to do. But I'm saying have a regular pattern on when you are sleeping. I'm not saying don't go to the shops to buy because there's energies around that space. Some of the things we cannot deny them. They are part of our everyday life. But how do you respond to what is happening to you daily is what is important. How do you respond to those things in order for you to still stay in alignment? In order for you to still stay in alignment with your spiritual beings. And in order for them to communicate with you. So, I'm just trying to think if there is anything that I have sort of like missed. But for me, lastly, let me say also, we need to remember that some cleansings needs to be spiritually led. And when you are told that and when you have this problem of not remembering your dreams, sometimes you need a spiritual person to help you with amayeza, mithi, to cleanse you, ukuphalaza, ukufuta, steaming and purging, in order to unblock those channels that are blocked, and for them to communicate better. Because you're like, but I'm praying, but I am partnering, but I'm lighting a candle, but still nothing is happening. Maybe because now there are blockages, and you cannot just think that by praying and what is going to automatically happen. Again, guys, let's remember this is a process. Each and every relationship needs patience. For you to understand that mutwaha urata tea ends with 2 teaspoons, you need to make them tea, and they'll be like, sukiri short, or why can't sukiri ngat? A relationship is about learning about each other every day. So it's a process. And it's not just going to happen automatically one day that you light your candle and boom, they are here. Hey, you are dreaming. No, you've not been communicating to us. You are 40 years, and now you have not been communicating to us since you were 15. 25 years later, you want to come and you want it to happen like this. It doesn't happen like that. We need to be patient also and understand it's a process. Healing is a process. The journey in spirituality is a process. That's why you would always hear Abangoma saying, it's not a journey, it's not a destination, but it's a journey. You can never say, I've reached it. Even me sitting here today, I'm not there yet. I am a working process. That is why I say I'm a spiritualist growing. Hashtag spiritualist growing, because I'm growing every day. Hashtag Badimu child. I am a Badimu child. Every day I am learning from my spirit guides. So those hashtags that I do, they are not just from, no, it's because they talk deeply, and one day we will even unpack why learning with Noma. Why did this name come? It wasn't just the name because no, it was something that was spirit-led. Everything that I do in my space is because I am spirit-led. I have surrendered. I've said, I'm your child. Teach me on a daily basis. Teach me. So the cleansings that we need from a spiritual point of view, they will include ukfuta, they will include the purging, and they will sometimes even include imithi that we will need to drink, or imbiza as we would then refer to it. And this is me coming to what everybody has been asking. What is the dream package? What is a dream package? So today, let me take this opportunity to say the alignment package. I say dream package because, it helps mostly to help people, because that's what we want, the communication channel that we want, dreams, and it helps. But it is actually an alignment package, a healing package for those who suffer from headaches that don't get well, because sometimes the headaches, we think they're physical, and they're spiritual. Because your dreams are not clear, then the files are all messed up in your head, and they become so much. When a drawer is filled, you can't even close it. Your head needs to be rebooted and you're spiritual. So in order for you to remember what your dreams are, the files need to be filed correctly and everything come in its right place. It's an alignment package, because if you're someone who needs to feel your spirit guides around you, they will make you feel them. It's an alignment package, because if you are someone who needs to hear and your ears are ringing, it will help you understand what they are saying to you when they are communicating with you. So it has muti that you use to purge. And many people I know are afraid ukpalaza, because they're like, ukpalaza is hard, is what? But the muti that is provided in this package is actually, I'll say, an emetic. It helps you. It induces the vomiting. It's easy for you to just drink the water, and once your stomach is filled, it comes up. I've never so far had any bad feedback. Actually, I have people who get excited to say, I've been so scared to purge. Can I please have more? Can I please have it in my space? Yes, even when you have the blocked ears. So anything that is spirit-led, it's an alignment package. And when you've got a problem with your ears, something extra is added for you. There's an ear oil that Spirit has given to me. It's a blessing. Those who have used it have given me good feedback also. And then we have the muti to futa. And with that one, we are futa, and then makotalapo we are geza with the same muti. In order for you, masitis vulikanda nesfuba. When you purge, you're opening up the chest. And then when you come, you need to open the whole system, because remember, when you futa, we are talking about detoxing. So you're opening all channels that might have been missed just by purging. And then there is iswasho based muti, and I'm going to say iswasho based muti because yes, as you look at it, you would think it's just iswasho, but when you put it in water and you actually stare at those who have it, you might see that, oh, when Gogo says there's muti in here, because the muti sort of like also gets highlighted, but there's certain mutis that are sacred to me and my people, and they've given me a way on how I use them to help you open. So you drink the muti every night before you sleep for the first week maybe, and once your dream comes and everything comes, you are able to drink it once in a while. That is the alignment package. And even with the swasho, it's used for many things. Sometimes you have this headache and you feel like I just need to be held. That same swasho, you can use it just to wrap, to sort of like put on your head. If you've got a place where you've got pain, you can use it to apply there. So there's many uses to it, but the main thing, because of the muti that is included in that, is for you to drink and to help you align. Even when you want to bath, you can use it to bath. You can put it in your water and you can bath to help keep the cleansing going. And even with the package that I'm talking about, if you want to know more about the package, you can send dream package, alignment package to 0799108841, and you will get the information on the price, how it can get to you, and with that, if you get the package without having a consultation with me, it comes as a package, and when your dreams comes, you will then maybe need to add by getting the dream interpretation package, where I will help you in terms of guiding guiding you in your dreams. And then in terms of the salt, yes, I was just coming to that with the salt. When you use the coarse salt, that is something that you can do then in your own space in terms of hufuta, to purge, palaza, and to also bath. But with this one, it is easy when you are already in some sort of alignment with your spirit. When we talk about the muti, then we are digging deeper because we are being specific and we are assisting you. So as part of maintenance, maybe if you are not, or as part of you starting the journey to see if you can align after you've done this, you can take coarse salt, and with your coarse salt, you put it maybe a tablespoon or a tablespoon or a teaspoon in water, maybe 5 liters of water that you're going to mix. You can mix that overnight. Take boiling water, put your tablespoon of salt in your boiling water in a jug, and in the morning sort of like mix it to warm it up and use it to purge. You can take a tablespoon of water to futa, and you can also use the same water that you have used to futa to bath and cleanse yourself and keep yourself cleansed. That is how you can keep yourself in alignment and cleansed with your ancestors. And once you have done this, my numbers are in the bio. And I think for those who will be watching this on YouTube, I'll probably put my numbers in the title or in the description in the YouTube video, because it's always in the description in the YouTube video. But in the bio here on TikTok, it's 079910 8841, 079910 8841. It's in my bio. Even you can visit, I'm going to change the link, and I think I might do it tomorrow morning. The link in my bio here on TikTok is going to be a link to my website, learningwithnoma.com, because I've got a blog website. That's where I started, and I just looked today. The last blog post I did was on the 4th of December. I'm embarrassed. So yeah, I need to work on that so that I can do my blog post. Also, my website is up and going now. The renovation or the upgrading is done. learningwithnoma.com. There are some few blog I even saw people who've commented since October, and I have not really attended to that, so I'm going to try to give some attention to that also. So yes, my numbers are in the bio. The last thing that I can ask for you to also do, which is very important, which is what has also led for us as an African people to be where we are: recording, dream journaling, journaling in general, and we will do a stream about the importance of journaling. We will do a teaching on journaling and recording. So as you dream, because dreams comes in puzzles that will come together and bring a whole picture. There are people who are lucky in one dream you actually get the message and the answer, but most of us, you get those puzzles. So journaling is important. Write down your dreams, and as you write down your dreams, write how you felt in the dream. Write what you saw in the dream. Write how you felt when you woke up, the emotion that you held when you woke up, and try to be as detailed as possible. When you say, I was with grandmother, try to think, was she smiling? Was she upset? What was she wearing? If you can remember the particular colors that she was wearing, because color is also very important. Color is energy. Color is energy manifested in the physical realm. You can visit my YouTube channel where I was doing a few dream interpretations. I think I did streams on snake dreams interpreted or explained, water dreams explained, dreams that might indicate that you have a calling, and common dreams explained, where I just did a stream about common dreams that people used to ask me about on Facebook. So you can visit my YouTube channel. And you can also watch the streams on candles, because there I also talk a little bit about color and what color is. So color, everything, every little detail, guys. Even if you saw an ant walking on your feet in that dream, the mere fact that they made you pay attention or see that, it means that it is important. It is an important piece of the puzzle. So write it. I didn't see this person, but I could feel that there was someone behind me. Write that and try to think. I felt there was someone. Was it a female? Was it male? Do I know this person? Do I not know this person? So give attention to your dream as you are writing it down. And if there are pieces that are not coming together, go back and light a candle. Like I say, acknowledge the message and be thankful for the message. And then come back to say to them, may I please get clarity on point 1, point 2, point 3. And see the beautiful journey of dream world. See the beautiful journey of having that communication from your ancestors. Mina, I'm not a dictator. Maybe because I don't like being dictated to. So once I do a consultation with someone, I always, especially people who are struggling to understand that ancestors can communicate with them, because first of all, they come into consultations because they think they are dirty. Sometimes we hold ourselves prisoners for things that we've done in our past. And when we come into consultations, we actually realize, even if we put you back in that situation, you will still take the same decision, because it's not about the thing that you went through, but it's about the lesson that you learned from that challenge that you went through. People who have gone through abortions only to find out that you had to go through that, because this is something that we would then refer to as a generational curse. And through you getting the cleansing that is needed, you're not just only cleansing yourself, but you're also cleansing 3-4 generations down from where you are. So people who experience suicidal thoughts, trying to understand that you're not thinking about suicide because you are weak. No, it's because you have your grandfather, your grandmother, someone down in your generations, a cousin, whoever, who has killed themselves. And through you, we are going to heal that in the family. Because in the family, they become the history of the family and what is carried. So journal, even your feelings. Like I say, they don't always communicate through dreams. And yeah, there's so many, guys, the content is going to come. We are going to learn. Hence, I'm saying it is so important and vital. And I hope you also, as you light your candles, you pray for me to have the strength and to be given the strength to be here every day and to teach. Because sometimes it can be so overwhelming and dumbeni. And I feel like, I can't go and get the energies again. I don't have the energy. So please, also, as you light your candles, pray for me, partner for me to be here and present to share every day, because there's so much. We will also do a stream on the different channels that our ancestors used to communicate with us, so that we understand them better. The ears, when we've been taught, yet in the Bible you hear, okay, now I'm forgetting the names, But you know the story of go back to your sleep and say bua morena mohlanka wa hao o mametse. But we are then being taught, hey, don't answer the voice. Hi bo. What happened? What happened to bua morena mohlanka wa hao o mametse? When you hear that voice calling your name, say bua morena mohlanka wa mametse. Talk, spirit, I am listening as your child. Talk, divinity, talk, God, I'm listening as your child. So yes, we need to talk about those channels that are used beyond the dream world and how we then connect to them. I hope that you have found the teachings tonight insightful, and I'm just looking at my time. I think we did 1.5 hours. So I'm going to see if I'm going to put the stream as a whole stream and maybe do the timestamps, or I'm actually going to divide the video into portions and make part 1, part 2, part 3 on YouTube. But it is definitely going to go on YouTube. It was a very, I think for me, insightful lesson also, because some of the things I said them and I'm like, where did that one come from? But Spirit is always teaching, and Spirit is always here to take us. This is why we say learning with Noma, changing our lives one lesson at a time. One lesson at a time, guys. We're going to get there. Not just you are going to get there, but we are going to get there, because I am learning each and every single day. I am learning each and every single day. You asking questions is helping me to grow, because when we talk about growing, you also need to know. You might know that you don't know, but there are certain things that you don't know. And me coming into the spaces have revealed a lot of I don't know. But I love Spirit because I don't come as Noma. I come and I invite them. And when I get here, they come and they reveal so much also to me. When I read your question, an answer come, and I'm like, okay, where did that one come from? Because this is the first time I'm reading this question, or this is the first time that somebody's asking me to interpret a dream like this. But they always come. So thank you so much for allowing me to be in your space. Thank you so much for bringing the love. Thank you so much for coming with a spirit that is open to be taught. I always say, let's take that which resonates with us, and whatever that does not resonate with you, do not dismiss or do not disregard. This might be a teaching necessary in your space, because tomorrow you are going to meet someone who is going to need the answer that you received here. Sometimes we are not here to heal ourselves, but we are here to prepare ourselves to be healing to other people. So thank you to everybody who's sending their thank yous. I'm going to upload this, and I'm hoping that it's not only going to help those who were here tonight, but it's going to help each and every person who's going to meet it later on YouTube. I mean, later in the future on YouTube, and I hope that it will continue to be a blessing to us. This classroom that we are in, Learning with Noma, is a classroom where we are just trying to change our lives one lesson at a time. Kamako and Gossip for sharing wealth of information to channel us back to our spiritual paths. Thank you, Nanzigelelo. And we are learning together, guys. We are growing together. Everything in this classroom is not just about you, but like I say, I'm a Badimo child. Hashtag Badimo child. Hashtag spiritualist growing. Hashtag born to educate. Hashtag born to heal.